You may be wondering, how did I get here? Oops, too far. The Empire. Have you ever seen such a strong and inspiring collection of constituents? We've had a few, loud neighbours move in recently, and things have felt a little tense, shall we say. Also, I'm getting strange looks across the office from Will. He has a thirst for blood in his eyes and a slight smile on his lips that says he's up to something. Not to mention he keeps mouthing the words chaos to the Empire. Or it could be hey do the hokey cokey, both are equally in character for him. This is giving me major anxiety though, and although we've a gentleman's agreement not to get involved in each other's battles against the AI, my gut is telling me he's on his way here. We need to bring this Empire together, and fast. Carl's back from his summer holidays, and the first thing he's presented with upon his return is a rebellion. Things clearly just fall apart when he's not here. The Empire's successionists have set up shop in Eilhart, Ubersreich, and Grunberg. We must squash this movement before it can gain too much traction. If we are to unite the Empire against whatever Will has planned for us, we'll have no space for attempted usurpers. Everyone will either work together as a team, or be wiped from the map. But the Empire is a big area. We'll need a plan if we're going to unify it. Currently, Wissenland is on 2 fealty, Solend is on 7, Averland is on 5, Sturland is on 5, Talabekland is on 7, Ostermark is on 4, Ostland on 6, Hockland on 6, Midland on 3, and Nordland is on 5. And the Wasteland and Southern Sylvania are dead to me. We really want everyone to be on 10 fealty, so that we can confederate them. But you know, it's not total friends, it's total war, so we're going to have to get a bit feisty. Those who are close to 10 fealty, anything say above 6, which includes our neighbour Goldface, will be our best friends this campaign. We're going to shower them with love and appreciation and cherish their loyalty. We'll also attempt to favour the electors in the north, to give us a good strong barrier from enemies above. I think that's where Will and Bellacore will come from. The others, anyone below 4 fealty, we'll find out why Carl carries a Warhammer. I'm banking on them having no friends by the time it comes to invading them, because we'll turn everyone against them with our prestige. Our electors in the middle would be a good target as they'll be surrounded. God, it's like secondary school all over again. Except now, I'm the bully? Before all of this, we continue to eradicate the Empire's successionists for good. They've taken Helmgart in the Axbite Pass, a major route to the south. We need this secured as soon as possible, so I'm sending in Carl. It is time to summon the... well, I was in the middle of something there. Summon the elector... No, I've lost it. Helmgart is secure. It's probably a good idea to recover the rest of Reichland from our foes. Now that we've cut off the tail of the snake, we can eat its head. While Carl and his army recover in Helmgart, we'll bring in another lord. Someone with good movement range and line of sight on the map. You'll do. We're also going to name our lord. We don't want something basic like Greg or Will. Let's go with Archie Van Julio Vierlagen III. Phew, just fits. It could be the overwhelming task ahead of me to unite the land, or it could be Will glaring at me, but the desire to build as many armies as possible with the gold I have is very strong. Let's hope Archie Van Julio Vierlagen III can step up and become a great aid to Carl's quest. Eilhart sits as the last settlement housing those awful Empire successionists. Just awful. After we take it, Reichland will once again be ours. Reichland is ours again, just as we left. All that looting didn't go down too well though, so let us host a little festag to please the people. We'll take a little break from battling and count our friends list in the diplomacy screen. Setting up some non-aggression pacts and trade agreements will help us build good relations, not to mention provide us some extra gold. The Wood Elves down in the south would definitely be worth cozying up to. We want as many allies as we can get when Will and Bellicor arrive, although I do worry it may upset the dwarves we have around us.
Yes.
Talabecland would like a non-aggression pact, a trade deal, and military access. Being on 7 fealty means we'd love to oblige.
Affirmative.
Wissenland, however, is already pretty low on the fealty chart, and since they made the terrible mistake of being right next to us, I think we'll have to take them next. It's for the good of the land, I promise, lads. Before we make these moves, I'm going to use a little prestige to lower everyone's opinion of Wissenberg. God, manipulation is just so fun. Oh, well hey there, pals. You know, I've been looking for some allies just like yourselves. How about you come join Carl for a little bit? He's got a Warhammer. The Warhammer. Nice. Let's recruit them some units as well. Although I'm really conscious about the increasing army upkeep cost. What with 3 armies already. I'm hoping our new settlements will be able to bring in enough gold to keep us afloat. Better keep up the diplomacy as well. As we head down to Wissenberg, Carl will begin a siege on Nurgle. Meanwhile, Archie van Julia Vierleggen III will take the first of 2 smaller settlements. For Carl in the capital, we'll bring in our new friends, Gotrek and Felix, to act as backup, as this is going to be a pretty large battle so early in our campaign. They've got backup on the way, but so do we. And here come the reinforcements. Gotrek and Felix are basically a 2-man army. We'll leave them to it. So we're going to loot to keep our gold reserves high, but it's alright guys. We'll host another festag to keep the spirits high. You love those things, right? Having taken the capital first means we can elect our Lord Archie van Julia Vierleggen III to an elect account position, buffing him pretty heavily for our next battle. It also unlocks the Emperor's Wrath, a steam tank from the elect account state troops. Time to test out our new toy. Go on, you little blue steam engine. Wissenland is ours. I'm keeping a close eye on Carrick Norman. They've built up a large force just below us and they don't seem to be friendly with the Wood Elves. There may come a time when we need to pick a side. Let's check on our friends in the north and, wait! No, I said Festag, not Festus! Go away, you big green blob! Right. Looks like we may have to send a force up north. Hockland and Talabecland are 2 of our most loyal factions. We can't leave them to that. Meanwhile, Franz will continue to unify with his hammer. Next in sight are the Sylvanians. They've been huddled up in the east for too long, living on precious Empire land.
I am Franz.
On our way up north, we find that the Beastmen have taken over Wiseman. With our 2 armies, we'll force them out and use the city as refuge on our journey to Festus. Luckily for us, Middenland isn't looking too loyal to Carl right now, so we don't need to return the city to them. Our first offensive against the vampire counts was successful. And we've unlocked some fancy new regiments of renown to recruit. These could prove very useful as we've now attracted Vlad von Keinstein's main army to our presence and he does not look happy. Unfortunately, they're a little out of our price range, though a nearby quest presents itself to us as an opportunity to earn a bit of extra dosh. A cheeky teleport and we're in. This better be worth it.
Are you with me, men of the Empire?
Let's try and utilize our gunners a little bit more.
When the Northmen come, they will attack hard, as their despicable gods demand. We must be ready to push them back, thrust them into the sea, in defense of the Empire!
Bye-bye, off they go. Oh.
At speed! Moving now!
What a good training exercise that was. 5,000 gold, come to mama. Let's head back to... wait, Will? He's just... standing there. Okay, I'm leaving. Well, that was terrifying. At least I can afford my regiments of renown now. Looks like I'll need them. Ah. We've arrived in Hochland too late. Festus has decimated them. On the journey, we recruited pretty heavily, so now's the time to get our revenge.
A reckoning in blood!
As we try to recover Hochland, Carl continues to dive deep into vampiric territory. Hello, Vlad. Festus is down, but his faction still remains. We'll gift this settlement back to Hochland, gaining fealty, but it does mean we have no settlement to recover in. Karl has secured a grand victory in the east, but he must recover before taking the settlements. Huzzah! Our first confederation. I expect Hochland will join us soon after saving their skins. Confederating Aveland gives us control over all of their settlements, and, more importantly, armies. With these additional armies, we can begin forcefully taking the less loyal factions within the Empire, and snowball towards unification. We are pretty low on gold though, and with a measly 3 fealty, Stirland is clearly our next target. Let's use up some of our hoarded prestige to sour relations between them and the other factions. Hopefully this will mean our eventual takeover won't be such a drama. To win over Balthazar, we'll take out the remaining vampire counts. A much easier job after eradicating their main army. Godric and Felix have rejected me. Because duty calls? Well then, I guess it was nice knowing you. We'll have to merge our armies together, Archie. You're in charge now. Thankfully, we've swayed more parts of the Empire into confederating with us, which gives us more armies to take out Stirland and Midland. Let's get to work. Montage. Our empire grows. We've allied up with the Wood Elves, Dwarves, and the Southern Princes, with outposts currently in construction. Though in the west, it looks like somebody has claimed the Sword of Cain. I hadn't thought about the Sword of Cain until now, but when the time comes to face Will and Bellicor, it could prove very useful indeed. Archie van Julia Veerlagen III is fairly busy up in the north. I'd prefer to send Carl out to find the sword. His army's grown strong and independent, and old Archie has proven himself capable of tending to the Empire while Carl is away. Right. It's time to summon the Sword of Cain.